What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJ Sear channel dedicated to Juventus. It is here. It is match day. It is Juventus Napoli, and we are not far from kickoff, less than 20 minutes. We've got the starting lineups. I'm just literally going to pull it forward here, and we'll take a look and go through this all together. We've got Alex P jumping in here. Forza Juventus, big test coming up. Cristi Milli here saying Forza Juve. Why is Savona playing though? Well, we're going to get through that. All right. And Pino coming in here. Ciao, Berto. Thank you, Conte. Starting Di Lorenzo. There you go. Got to isolate and overwhelm. Hey, we just got to get the job done no matter who the hell is out there for either team. All right. But we will take a look at our starters. Let me just pull it up here. Just got the graphic up here not long ago, and here we are. That is your starting 11 for Juventus. So, Di Gregorio, yes, you see Savona because Gatti has not made it, all right? So, he was a doubt with the ankle knock and everything. He has not made it in. Di Gregorio, Savona, Kalulu, Bremer, and Cambiaso. Now, this is slightly different than my back four. I said if Gatti couldn't make it, I would have went with Cabal on the left, Cambiaso on the right. However, I have no problems with this one either. This is one of the great things so far early in the season. Everyone's really done their job, and we have options. Locatelli, McKennie continue in the midfield. Everything else remains the same as it did in the match against PSV, all right? Locatelli, McKennie, you have Cope Miners ahead of the two, then you have Nico Gonzalez and Yildiz on the wings with Vlahovic up top. I have absolutely no issues with this, all right? And I even said that McKennie in there might actually be solid for us because he can break things up in the middle and he can create havoc in the area, try to help us with the numerical disadvantage because we expect Conte to clamp down. But what do you guys all think? And look at more of you rocking in here. Morning, everybody. And again, apologies, bear with me. I am battling a little bit of a cold, all right? So I got to take a little bit of a break here. Got to get some water every now and then. But make no mistake, I'm ready to rock, you guys. Ready to rock, okay? Yildiz versus Di Lorenzo will be a bloodbath. Let it go. Let it go. I am all for it. Cambiaso has to get involved, though. Has to get involved like he did in that Champions League matchup, all right? So we still need those guys getting in there. Talked about Thuram, Douglas, and we end up with the same midfield we had with Allegri, except for Cope Miners. A little bit of a strange run with Douglas Luiz. I think it's more just adapting and him getting in there. Out of all the guys so far, he seems the one less integrated, like less actually in their part of a unit, which is bizarre, but I have no worries long term. As far as Thuram, I think they're just going to keep it rolling. He just came back from the injury and everything. I think Thuram will get more than enough minutes, but the positive, like we talked about on the previous show, Locatelli's been doing great. He's been doing fantastic. We wanted these guys to elevate, to progress, to improve. Locatelli's one, Gatti is another. It's good. It's good. Let's just be happy about it. Wing of Winter. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get to victory. And Wing of Winter, your favorite man, getting a salute right after the warm-ups, and that was Wojciech Szczesny. All right. I know you're broken up about that, okay? I know it's going to put a damper on things today, but try to keep it cool, all right? Not complaining, but ironic. Yeah, and that's fair. I get it. Thuram has looked good in the games he's played so far. No worries on him, especially. Yeah, I have no worries whatsoever. Really, things bode well for us. Things bode well for us in terms of how things are evolving and how everyone's doing. The players, more than not, are all doing well. If Luiz is our only concern so far this early into the season, then I really think we don't have any concerns because of how much turnover we got and how many new players are with this team. If our concern only ends up being one player, we're okay. And we're making out pretty damn good. So let's see. Savona in there today. I think this pretty much seals the fate for Danilo though, right? I mean, Gatti out. Big game against Napoli. If he's not getting calls now, like it's just, that's pretty much it. And it's done with Danilo. I think it's safe to say. There's a good chance if things continue this way in January, Danilo will ask to go somewhere else and leave. It's coming to an end. Now, I'm not really broken up about it because I'll be quite honest, he is behind the 8 ball so far this season. He stepped into a match that was pretty much done and dusted, and he was in the limelight for a goal that was allowed and conceded in a game that was smooth sailing. So, yeah, I don't really have full confidence in him right now at this moment in time, but I pretty much believe this seals his fate. We're going with Kalulu. We're going with Savona rather than playing him, getting him in. And Cabal's already got minutes. Cabal's going to be getting his rotations in. I think Cabal's looked great to start the season. It's going to be rough for Danilo finding minutes. I really think it is. So, Josh saying he is fighting for his place and isn't winning so far. It's like he is being forced out. I don't know if it's necessarily being forced out, but they're definitely not going to play any games like we did with Sandro and let that renewal automatically take place. Juve's definitely leaving it in their hands, but ultimately Motta's been this guy that's everyone's talking about based on merit, right? So maybe Danilo just simply hasn't merited more than what he's gotten so far. It's yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. TM coming in here. Cabal has looked good, but Kalulu has looked better. And Cambiaso has to have the other back spot. Tough for Cabal. It is tough for Cabal. Cabal has done great, and I would agree with that. Kalulu, the way he stepped in, he's caught me off guard. But it's one of the things that we said was a wild card with Kalulu, because if he found the form of a couple years back, it was going to be fantastic for us. And he could potentially be this big steal for Juve. So, hey, I'm all for it. And he has been great. And I called it. I said if Gatti couldn't go, I would have Kalulu next to Bremer. So, let's see. A little bit of a shakeup from the outside spot into the center back. But that strong year that he had a couple years back was at center back. So, it'll be interesting to see how the two work. Granted, Lukaku being one of the guys up front, you're still going to have your hands full with the other two. Whether Conte chooses Neres or Politano, but then Kvaratskhelia is going to be tough there. There's interesting matchups all over the pitch. Savona, I believe, will be kept at home. And what's interesting here, he can bomb forward, scored a goal for us, but he's more of a stay-at-home type fullback. And if we're going to do that, it's maybe going to play into Conte's hand because we're going to be at a numerical disadvantage because we expect Conte to clamp down at the back and lock things down and make it very difficult for us to do anything up the flank. So let's see how this plays out. But there's going to be interesting matchups all over the place. Highlighted Yildiz versus Di Lorenzo. All for that. Cook, kid. Cook. Let's go. Cope Miners. I expect he's going to have to be big in this one. And I do think we can control this game. And if we control this game, he's going to be one of the main metronomes for Juve. And the guy pulling all the strings, he's going to have to be big for us in this. Prediction time. You guys know the drill. Hit me with your predictions. And we already have one early on saying 1-0 for Juventus. Hey, let's go as long as we win. I'm happy, all right? My prediction, I was going to say it was going to end up in a tight 1-1 draw, but you guys know me. It's hard for me to go against our boys, and I believe we will have the opportunity to get this victory. I do see us controlling. I'm going in a tight 2-1 victory. I believe a midfielder scores one of the goals for Juventus, and I do believe Napoli sees a red card and a sending off. Maybe it's Conte. Who knows? But that's my prediction. Let's get to all yours. Christy Millie coming in here, 2-1. 2-0 Juve. Josh Fontaine, 1-0 Juve. Roast beef, 1-0 is the only way. 2-0 from Adam there and saying Dushan with both. Well, that would be nice for him, especially the way things have been going. A lot of criticism heading his way for him to bag a brace in this game, a game of this magnitude. Game which many of us are calling the first major test for Juventus. Would be massive. Would be massive. Animesh, 1-0 Juve. Let's go. Thoughts on Conte playing a back four? I'm still just getting all set up here. And I know that there was rumors about him doing that. And I'm really curious if he is, in fact, going that route. And we talked about this. Who's the bigger wild card? Motta, Conte? This would be off the cuff and a little bit surprising if he does go for it. It's being listed to me as a 3-5-2. So I don't think he's going back four. I've got Ramani as your center back in the heart. Buongiorno on the left. Di Lorenzo on the right. I got Politano and Oliveira as your outsides with the three in the middle of McTominay, Lobotka, and Gisa with Kvaratskhelia and Lukaku up front. To me, that shows me Oliveira, Politano coming back, making a 5. Making that 5 at the wall. Yeah. So, that's what I got. That's what I got. Dusan has to step up from Dominique. 2-1 Juve. Let's go. Christy Milley saying we do criticize Dusan, but he gets only a couple chances per game. That's not much. In a couple of the games, that has been an issue. Absolutely. The difference between our midfield this season and last season is actually insane. Fagioli, Luiz, Thuram, Cope, and possibly Pogba soon is a huge upgrade and worth losing Miretti, Alcaraz, and Rabiot. Hey, Nico Skira called it best when it comes to Rabiot. I'm absolutely fine with it. Absolutely fine with it. Our midfield has improved tremendously. Tremendously. As far as, I think, honestly, even up top, we've upgraded. Our only blemish out of the entire window was what do we do vice Vlahovic. That's literally it. And to be honest, if that's the only problem, we're going to be okay because hopefully we can get this guy firing. And that's the key. Yildiz versus Di Lorenzo will be key. Oh, man, I hope he just absolutely torches him. Torches him. Let's go, everybody. Get the likes up. Get pumped up here. We're fired up for this game. I'm going to pull up the graphics. This is your starting lineup for anybody that might have missed it, all right? Di Gregorio in goal. Savona, Kalulu, Bremer, Cambiaso across the back. Locatelli, McKennie continue from the game against PSV. Gonzalez, Cope Miners, Yildiz with Vlahovic up top. Everything the same. Outside of Gatti unable to be in there, so Kalulu steps in and Savona steps in. There you go. Eric, I'd be sending Vlaho to United for Xerxes. It would be nice if we see our new midfield playing together ASAP. Yeah, we still see. Look at that. Hey, you know what? Credit to him. Credit to him. Because many thought Luca wasn't even, and myself included, wasn't going to get anywhere near as much as he's getting right now. But, hey, Motta's happy with him. He's doing well. As long as he's doing well, we're good. So let's go. Hey, we got another birthday. So it was Anisha's birthday. I gave him a birthday shout out on the Match Day Live today. And we've got another one. Amir, his birthday as well. Come on, Juve. Let's win for my birthday. Hopefully you get that birthday gift. But best wishes to you on your birthday, amigo. I slept through the live show. Now I'm up and I'm fully charged. Ready to destroy things in my house if this doesn't go well. It's going to go well. All right. So let's hope for the best for your belongings in your household there. Roast beef. Fired up, though. Fired up. What are we? 5 minutes away from kickoff, everybody. Packed house. You see the away supporters? A lot of weird news. Past couple days around the Napoli fans getting in there, and then today it was reported they were not going to be allowed in the stadium. Not those that are directly from Napoli. It was just bizarre. Anyways, the end of the day, they're in there. Juventus Club DOC Gianni Agnelli. What a guy to have your fan club named after. Love it. We look at Di Lorenzo there. Grabbing some tape there. He's going to obviously have the captain's armband. We look at Conte there. First return to the stadium with the fans here. Trim asking what to expect if Napoli gets a goal there. He's celebrating 150%. Make no mistake about it. He's selling every goal Napoli has scored like it's a Champions League final goal. So I expect no different. He will celebrate. It's in his DNA, man. He's always revving. This is going to be a big one. I am absolutely pumped. This is the first true test for Juventus this season. First true test. I am pumped. Chrissy Bailey going to Inter Juve, but sitting with Inter fans. Holy smokes. It could either be one of the best evenings ever or a very, very painful, an unbearable evening. I'm going to hope that it's one of the best evenings for you. All right, everybody's heading out. We got, obviously, Doveri is the official for this game, Daniele Doveri. And now Bremer leads Juve. And Napoli led by Di Lorenzo. So Bremer, your captain. And I saw that in the chat there also around Locatelli and below Bremer in terms of the rank for the captaincy. I don't think Luca has any issues with it. And to be honest, we talked about that. Maybe just being this leader solely by performances is easier for him than rocking the armband. Whatever it is, the mojo right now around the club is good. Let's leave it be. EAFC 25, as you see, a sponsor on the semicircle for the feed. What did you do with Yıldız's rating of 70? For God's sakes, fix it. And everyone that's in our AJC army, for our members in the private members chat, we've had a bunch of FIFA games going on over the past couple days. It's been fantastic. Rush, the 5-a-side, is a lot of fun. So highly recommended. And again, for those of you that want to join in, for those of you that have been gifted memberships or become members, reach out to us. Let's plug you into the private chat. And then, of course, it could break off into FIFA games. It's just a lot of fun. Football discussions, life discussions. It's great. But we got the handshakes. We're getting ready for this game to kick off. And I am fired up. Let's go. Adam coming in here. Enjoy the game. Let's get this dub. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve. Speaking of EAFC players, Adam is an absolute unit on that game. I think he created it. But mark my words, I'm going to spank you the next time, Adam. Going through the graphics, starting lineup. Look at the stadium. It is alive and well. Packed house. I'm ready. Let's go, everybody. Conte and Motta shaking hands, taking a photo, and now business. Talked a lot about Motta in the pregame. His pressers, he ain't giving you anything. Not a sniff. You want to know, get some inside scoop into lineups, anything like that, you don't get a thing. Bremer, Capitano. Jerry, here we go. Let's go. Look at the VAR squad in here. Hopefully, they're not needed. I'm sure we're going to have a moment for the one and only Toto Schillaci. Obviously spent a bit of time at Juventus, scored some bangers, but it was really Italia in the World Cup 90 where he just wasn't even expected to make the team and scored an absurd amount of goals and was everything he touched went to gold in that tournament. And that's where he just created his name. But he was just a lovable guy, lovable character, always worked so hard. And he just, the fans everywhere he went just loved him. And of course, thoughts and prayers with Toto Schilacci's family. And there we go. Moment of silence is done, and now it's time to get to business. Oh, I'm fired up. Fired up, everybody. Let's go. Got to get on the ticker. Sometimes I fall behind there because I'm so jacked up. Napoli will kick things off with possession. Lukaku. Look at Doveri. Come on, Juve. Wouldn't it be nice to pounce on them right off the start? Get that early one. Come on. Let's go. And there we go, everybody. Fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Juve Napoli kickoff. Di Lorenzo at the back here with Rachmani. Over to Buongiorno. Vlahovic applying pressure. Goes all the way back to Merit. And they're just watching him. Again, clamping down. Back to Merit. He's going to go route one. Clean this up. There it is, Kalulu. Ooh. Plays this one over to the left. Can Cambiasso keep it in? I don't think he can. No, that one went out. Thought Kalulu could have just settled there. That's okay. One quick, interesting little setup right immediately was that Savona watching Kvaratskhelia and Kalulu stepping up just in behind the midfield while Bremer was just locking down on Lukaku. Be interesting to see if that's how they divvy it up here. But McDominay is actually moving forward to maybe be one of the targets, and Kvaratskhelia filling in, coming from deeper. Here's Politano to the back for Anguissa. Into Lobotka, back to Anguissa. So Juve takes their defensive shape here. Napoli on the ball. Rachmani pressured to go to Anguissa. Pushing him over now to Buongiorno. He's got Oliveira there. He's being closed down. Juve shuts it down, sends the ball all the way back to Merit. Buongiorno picks it up. Nico Gonzalez losing his boot. Slaps her back on. Can't watch the first 15 minutes. TNT Sport. What on earth is that? Here's Cambiasso. Coming down the left. Anguissa watching him. Cuts back in. Hildes. Come on, you guys. Don't let him off the hook so easy there. Di Lorenzo forced back to Lobotka. Now over to Buongiorno. We don't have help out on the width, so Nico Gonzalez has to stay planted. Now out to Oliveira, all the way back to Merit. So Juve very sharp, very smart in terms of assignments right now. And look at the midfield. This is just flooded. That is hilarious. What do we say both guys are going to want to do is flood that midfield. Oliveira now coming inside to Kvaratskhelia, taking on Savona. Does well. And that's going to be Juve's throw. Great battle there from Savona. It's going to have to be sharp there battling with Kvaratskhelia. And actually he loses it. They give it to Napoli. Looked like it was off Kvaratskhelia at the end there. But Napoli gets a throw. Here's Buongiorno to Rachmani. Now to the outside. Di Lorenzo. Back to Anguissa. All the way Rachmani's chasing back. He's going to have to go back to Merit. The rest of the pressure. Taking a while to get over there. Now Merit's got to go route one. Try to win it. Kalulu battling. Pokes it forward. But nobody too far for Colt Miners. And nowhere near Vlahovic. Cagey little 3 minutes and a half to start the game. We expect a cagey one in general. Buongiorno now. Back to Rachmani. Napoli Dominating the possession to start. Finding a little window here. Here's Politano. Here's a cross going to back post. Goes over everybody. Nico Gonzalez coming back. Good pressure from Nico. Here's Lobotka. Over to Anguissa. Everybody defending for Juve. And good job by Bremer there. Gives the nudge to Lukaku and easily into the hands of Di Gregorio. Now Juve can regroup. Mota scanning. Look at the eyes working, scanning. Incredible. Just in the zone. Eyes wide open, scanning everything. Curious to see if that start is exactly what he wanted to see. Napoli finding some pockets of space, finding some holes. Now it's our turn on possession. Let's see what we can do. This is where we struggled against Roma and Empoli. While they were set defensively, trying to find ways to hurt them. Trying to find ways to get in behind. There is a big-time switch there for Yildiz that was available. We find him now from Bremer's foot. Everyone's going to drop back. Triple team coming facing him with Anguissa. Also Politano. We work it back out. Bremer. Now to Kalulu. It's got to be quick when you're moving this thing. Locatelli. Back to Kalulu. Yildiz still on for a big switch. We just can't get set up to see it. Locatelli over to Kalulu. Back to Bremer. Cambiaso. Inside to Loca. Now outside. Colt Miners who drops back to collect. Out to Cambiaso. Now over to Kalulu. Kvaratskhelia applying pressure. Over to Savona. He's going to move it forward. Inside for Cambiaso. Errant pass trying to switch it for Yildiz. Or Cope Minor, excuse me. Now Yildiz on it. Locatelli. Now over to Cope. Yildiz makes a run. And Napoli in this shell. This is what we expect to see. We expect to see Napoli in this low block. And Juve will have to find ways to try and hurt them. Here's a ball in deep. Just can't latch on to try and find Vlahovic, who's going out to the corner spaces. Again, one of the things. If it's not going Vlahovic's way, what can he do to help the team? That is one of the ways. Get out to the corners and possess it and take that defender out with you, and then we can work it around. Maybe someone else could take over the space in the area. So, a decent sign. Get out of that area. Move defenders with you. Lukaku heads it down for Kvaratskhelia. Is working on Savona. Pass down deep. Kalulu cleans it up. And now clears it. No nonsense. And that's going to be Juventus throw. I was waiting for them to get that flag up. Good battling there. 7 minutes, 8 seconds in here. 0-0. Cagey start. Cambiaso over to Kalulu. Bremer on the outside to Yildiz. Into Cope Miners. Back outside to Yildiz. Working on Rachmani and Di Lorenzo. That should be one of the moments. But again, got to be better. Got to be solid on the ball. Yildiz loses it cheaply there. He's making his moves but left the ball. Come on, you guys. I am nervous, you guys. I'm nervous. Cambiaso on Politano's back. Politano gets a call. Anguissa. Oh, get in there. Win that. Win that. Come on, McKennie's on it. Here comes Savona. Have a cross. We had 3 bodies in there. That's what you're looking for. That's the time to have it. Cambiaso in centrally here. Pings one out to McKennie here. Overlap from Savona. Cross deflected and blocked. Trying to make his way out. Quickly come back from Savona to close this down. Aerial battle. Lukaku can only win it right back to us. Bremer to Cambiaso. Yildiz on it now. And Napoli stays in their shell. Ping back. I like that. Locatelli on it now. Scanning. McKennie was making a good run forward. We go out to Nico Gonzalez. Into Savona. Cambiaso wants it. Collects here. There's Yildiz. With Di Lorenzo. In comes Politano. Here's a cross. Going in. Oh, that didn't miss by much. And what we talk about, McKennie's one to watch in the area, creating a little bit of havoc. Vlahovic occupies the first defenders, and then McKennie at the back post there. Little nudge from Oliveira there as McKennie tries to get into it. Well high over his head, but that's okay. Keep him honest. Push him back deeper. Let's go. Rachmani on it now for Napoli. Carrying forward. The long ball forward. Lukaku's got a little bit of space there. Trying to work on Cambiaso here. Cambiaso easily won back. And then Bremer has to step in here. We do get a foul, though. Politano. Ooh. Stud's pretty high. Cambiaso on it now as Juve restarts. Over to Kalulu. That's a nice ball from Luca there. Gonzalez pinned in though. They are all over Locatelli. He is surrounded by 3. So sending Cambiaso centrally will help. But I think ultimately we want Cambiaso wide, overlapping with Yildiz. So we might have to get Cope Miners dropping back to collect. You're going to want to get those guys involved. You're going to want to take advantage of Yildiz and Di Lorenzo. And if you get Cambiaso higher up, we could do that. That is a terrible pass there from Savona. Kvaratskhelia there, but look at Nico Gonzalez with the work there. Great work there from Gonzalez. Savona, you got to be sharper than that, man. That's just way too cheap. Way too cheap. Don't give them those opportunities. 12 minutes in, cagey as hell, everybody. Cagey as hell. Let's go. Kvaratskhelia all the way back. Rachmani, Di Lorenzo. Anguissa coming back to try and collect. Being watched. Buongiorno out on the left was open, but they decide to go to Di Lorenzo. Trying to flip one up there for Lukaku, and Bremer eats it up, and now he goes all the way back to Di Gregorio. Carrying out. Not a Locatelli. Inside. McKennie drops it for Savona. Now inside to Kalulu. We could turn this. You got to switch it. Switch that field. Too long. Too long, you guys. Look at Cope. He was saying, let's go. Here's Yildiz. Cope, take your defender with you. There you go. Yeah. Oh. Gotta hit the crosses, Keenan. Gotta hit the crosses, but that's better. We actually have bodies in there, and if that's how we're going to try and hit them, okay, that's fine. I wouldn't mind Yildiz trying to take Di Lorenzo there and actually cut and drive in towards that area. Nothing there. So soft, but Lukaku gets the call. Bremer laughing. And this is one of you're absolutely right, Josh, and there is a little bit of sacrifice there with a guy like McKennie in there, and the technical aspect hurts in a game like this. But again, on the flip side, against numbers in the area, he can create a problem, so you got a little bit of give and take. Politano, and this is a quick flip to the outside, but again, they have to be so precise because Juve's taking away everything. So it's going to be Juve's throw here. They're going to start it off immediately. Throw in to Bremer. He's going to go to Kalulu. And possession is leveled out to more of what we've expected going into this game. 54% possession for Juventus now. Savona to Locatelli. Being watched just by Lukaku right now. Kalulu over to Bremer. Back to Kalulu. Just pass it around, boys. Let the ball do the work. Keep their legs going. Keep them moving. They're in a defensive shell. Keep them moving. Oh, Kalulu, bad touch there. Still wins it. Luckily. Now out to Nico. He could cook here. Cross going back post. Oh. And Locatelli gets a foul there as Lukaku jumped into him trying to volley that ball. Oh, yeah, just a hack right into the hammy. You know what? That's a foul that might pay dividends. That's okay. It's a foul that might pay dividends. There is a more distinct plan in this one than against Empoli and Roma. And you could see it. 3 bodies at least in the area and trying to hit some crosses. That is a form of a game plan. Against Roma and Empoli, we had 1 guy in the area. And not enough ideas at all. Cope Miners and Yildiz working on that side now. Yildiz making a move inside. Ooh. Di Lorenzo steps in, but it's going to be a Juve throw. It's tough. It's going to be double team all day out on the outsides. So it's going to be tight quarters. We look at Giorgione, the one and only Chiellini, sitting there with Calvo. I hope he's telling Calvo, figure out the sponsorship thing, bro. Need the money. Savona back to Kalulu. There we go. On the carpet to McKennie. Taking a look up. There you go. Up to Nico. Oh, loses it there. Kvaratskhelia running back at us. Dominic out to Lukaku. Here's Bremer. And Bremer eats it up. Going nowhere. Going nowhere, bro. That's it, Bremer. Nico tried to skin his man there on the outside, Oliveira, and that one almost came back to bite us. You don't want to tell him not to do that, though, because if he beats him there, we're off to the races. Cambiasso over to Kalulu here. 17 minutes, 23 seconds, 0-0. Outside of the opening 4 minutes, Juve's really dominated possession. Working it around, trying to find lanes, avenues. Here's Savona. Out to McKennie. Back to Savona. Locatelli now. Over to Cambiasso, who's moved in centrally. You have Cope Miners on the outside. Back to Locatelli inside. That switch field to Cope is just sitting there. Cambiasso cuts back to the right. Over to Savona. McKennie. To Savona. Over to Cambiasso. There is a space here. Nobody is attacking. It's right next to Vlahovic. Someone's got to bust up the seam once in a while. Kalulu over to Savona. Kvaratskhelia coming in. Inside to Locatelli. Locatelli out to Cope Miners. He's got space ahead of him. Come on. Push. Oh! drives one in there, and then nobody could come up with his ball. What is the foul for? Oh, Colt Miners just ends up drilling one like waist-high low, and it hits Gonzalez's leg and bounced back across the area. I don't think he had any idea that was going to come to him. Gonzalez thought it was definitely going to hit one of the three bodies in front of him. Oh, come on, you guys. Come on. Keep pushing. That is a good ball. Politano doing battle with Bremer. Bremer's sucked out of the center now. Guys, get Bremer back in the center. Move out, Cambiaso. Move out. It's Politano working on Cambiaso. Cuts inside, and there it is, blocked. Only as far as Anguissa. Back outside for Politano. They got numbers forward. They're going to try to have this ball in the mixer. There you go. Another one. And this one's blocked by Cambiaso. Now it's going to be a corner. Neither team willing to like really fully open up. And that's kind of expected too. So we got a corner kick to contest here. 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Politano, the ball, it's delivered. In-swinger. Headed out as far as Yildiz. Headed out to McKennie. And he loses it. Colt Miners cleans it up, though. Now sprays it out. Vlahovic. Now he has it out to the right. Oh, the touch. Savona. And Tomini jumping on it. Savona's losing it in not the ideal scenarios right now. It's making me a little bit nervous. It's making me a little bit nervous with Savona right now. I'm not going to lie, everybody. Back to Merritt, who's well out of his goal. Just plays it out to Rachmani. In Anguissa. Inside, lovely win there from Juve. Everybody's in tight now, but now we've recovered it, and now we're spreading it out. And again, slowing things down, but just trying to regroup. See a note in the chat there about worried about Colt Miners. He's not in the game right now. Here he is on the ball, finding McKennie in the area. Shot blocked. Cope's finding his pockets. There was a couple times I highlighted we needed to find him on switches quicker, but he's finding pockets and where he wants to attack from. What's interesting is it's been all left side as opposed to the right side, which has been the majority of his play so far with Juventus. So here's a corner. It is Colt Miners set to take it. Come on, you guys. Let's go. Ball delivered. Trying to get to it. It goes all the way to the back. Savona's on it. Popped right back into the mixer. Headed out. Cambiaso's going to have to battle here with Politano. Slips on his own. It's out. It's a throw-in for Juventus, and we quickly have it. Let's get back to it. Come on. Cambiaso on it. Over to Kalulu. Juve continues to dominate possession, and again, just working it around left and right. Here's Locatelli on it, trying to get out of the middle so that he's not absolutely swarmed. Kalulu. Now over to Nico Gonzalez. Back for Savona. Cambiaso is right in the heart of the midfield. Next to Locatelli. Trying to give Napoli multiple bodies to pay attention to. Pass goes beyond Kalulu. Savona. Back to Kalulu. Back outside for Savona. Savona trying to go over the top here. Oh, Vlahovic trying to head it back towards Yildiz. Oh, nicely won by Yildiz. Gonzalez, too long. Come on, man. Come on, you got to sense that. Conte losing it on the sideline. Giving some orders. Locatelli taking his time, finding Savona. There's a crazy switch right now for Cope Miners. There you go. Yildiz, get ahead. Let's go. Make a run up that seam. He can deliver those balls, but we got to take some of those chances if you want to spread them or push them back. Very, very safe from both sides right now. Kalulu over to Savona. Kvaratskhelia right there. Has it back to Kalulu. Now he's moving up. Cope Miners. Hugging that left sideline. Locatelli. It's going to be next to impossible to break those lines. They're flooding the midfield, so we have to work it up the sides. Here's Cambiasso. He has a cross coming in towards Merit's goal, easily handled by the keeper. Mota doesn't look too happy with that. You've got to get these wingers working with the fullbacks. And like I said, I expected Savona to be stay-at-home, and he is. He's been stay-at-home this game. That leaves Cambiasso as your kind of free roaming back. Kalulu on it. Over to Cambiasso. Again, in the midfield. Locatelli now, surrounded by four. McTominay, Lobotka, Anguissa, and Lukaku. Bremer just scanning, so hesitant. Savona inside to Locatelli. Now out to McKennie. McKennie now to Kalulu. Cope Miners is giving so many directions for the defenders every time they're on the ball. Here's Yildiz. Being watched by Politano. Oh, flicked on back post. Cope Miners. Just couldn't get to that on the backside. Here's Cavada and Savona battling. Yes, good job, Savona. We can regroup there. Good work there. Keep probing, keep asking questions, keep working at let's go, you guys. Oh, man, Cope with that flick. If somebody could have just got a foot to that, that's probably going home. That's probably going home, boys. That's it, McKennie. Off of Oliveira. Let's go. Come on, you guys. Savona's going to go back for Kalulu. Bremer. Over to Kalulu. To Savona. Now he goes all the way across for Bremer. There is space ahead of him. Oh, he's going route one. Oh, Gonzalez in the path there. Oh, didn't miss by much, man. Putting that in the path of Vlahovic, who was battling with Rahmani. That's one of the matchups I said. I need Vlahovic, no matter what the hell happens in this game, to win the physical battle against Rahmani. Like, I need that to happen. Impose yourself on this guy. Locatelli gets turned there. Here's Kvaratskhelia running at Kalulu and Bremer. Oh, Bremer, too easy. Too easy, man. Where are you going, no shoes, Luca? Where are you going with no shoes? Come on. It's my dad's famous line. If he's ever winning in a card game against me or whatever we're doing, is where you going, no shoes? Oh, Vlahovic right to McTominay. Come on. Big stop there. That's a foul, too, on Bremer, and that's an ugly one. But Jesus Christ, Vla. Dude. Like, what is that pass, man? Philip saying, I like Cope Miners. The guy is setting a standard and leading the team. Like I said, he's not flash. Like I said when we were looking at him and everybody was, a lot of people were pissing and moaning about the price. I said, it's because he's not flashy whatsoever. He is not flashy, but he is effective. Make no mistake about it. He is effective. And he still has to get accustomed here with these guys, with this system, as all of the other guys, even the guys that have been here, are getting accustomed to. Rahmani moving up, putting this one down the byline for Politano. He's working against Bremer. Here's a cross coming in centrally, and Kalulu cleans that up. Yildiz couldn't settle that. Anguissa gets to it. It's Di Lorenzo now. Now up to Politano, being watched by Cambiaso. They're going to try to have it in, and there it is. And that's headed out by Bremer. Again kept in by Anguissa. Again back outside for Politano. Anguissa and La Boca exchange. Now to Buongiorno. Buongiorno out to Oliveira. Gonzalez watching there. Inside in the middle to La Boca. McKennie watching him. La Boca. We're at the 30-minute mark. Over to Rahmani. To the outside for Politano. In for Di Lorenzo. And that's cut out wonderfully by Bremer. Cambiaso, watched by Politano. Inside now for Yildiz. Played up for Vlahovic. Lovely settle. Over to Nico. Come on, Nico. Oh, it's a great counter. The touch inside to Vlahovic, but that's a tough ball to try and take in stride, man. I feel like McKennie should have just made the commitment. And now Kvaratskhelia on the outside. Finding Politano. Game opening up a little bit here. Inside. Weak shot. McKennie on it now. Now outside to Nico Gonzalez. And we're going to slow it down here. Bremer is a beast. Bremer is an absolute unit. Cambiaso now. Up to Yildiz. Cope Miners saying slow it down. Saying calm things down. Cambiaso's on it. He's scanning. Go back to Bremer. Locatelli to his left. He collects. Inside to Cambiaso. Back outside to Loca. Now he goes across to Kalulu. Locatelli scans, decides to go to Savona. Over to Gonzalez. Quickly closed down. Gonzalez quickly takes a throw all the way back to Kalulu. You're in tight quarters there on the outside. If you're looking at Yildiz, you're looking at Gonzalez. Here's Bremer drilling one to Cope Miners. He actually does well. Comes out with it. Here's Yildiz. On the carpet to McKennie. Oh, McKennie the touch. Takes a yellow there. That's a professional foul to slow everything down. Oh, McKennie, just don't try and take off before you get the ball, man. Just settle it. He's making his move before he's even got the ball. Oh, that ball is... They're too close together. McKennie and Vlahovic too close together. Trying to get him to take that on the run. That's tough. Slim pickings there, man. 33 minutes. 0-0. Buongiorno. Back to Merritt. Here's the pressure. He's going to have to go route one right to McKennie's feet. Oh, that's a foul. Advantage. Oh, Savona. God, Savona, man. What are you doing? Inside to Kvaratskhelia. He's going to take a hit. Yes, Bremer. And there's a block from Kalulu. Starting to open up. Starting to open up. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, Savona's way too hesitant this game. Way too hesitant. The outside, it's Politano. Back to Di Lorenzo, over to Anguissa. To La Bocca. Side to Kvaratskhelia. You got to win that one. There's a step in there. There's a foul on Napoli. It looks like Napoli's making a keeper change here. Savona's down there after taking that foul. So Merritt's taken off and Caprila's coming in. You know what to do when you get a keeper change. Test the guy immediately. Let's go, you guys. Got to get an attempt on target and test this guy. Stepping into a big game. That's potentially game-breaking stuff. Let's go test him. Let's tee one up. Let's get a good rip and test this guy. Bremer. Over to Locatelli. A little bit of pressure starting to come now. Kalulu's on it. It's going to go back to Di Gregorio. Next to nothing coming for pressure on him. Lukaku, Kvaratskhelia, Politano all post up. Over to Bremer. Now Lukaku engaging. Over to Locatelli. Back outside to Bremer. He's going to carry forward. Hits the sideline. Not even close to Cambiaso. Jesus Christ. 36 minutes, 5 seconds. Come on. Let's go, you guys. Let's get one in the half. Let's get one in the first half. Come on. Find one. It doesn't matter how. You find one. There you go. Pressure him. That's it. No foul. Yes, that's it, Yildiz. No foul. Let them work every inch. Caprile quickly putting it out to Oliveira. Inside for La Bocca. Now over to McTominay. Napoli starting to spread things out. Now Juve in their shell. Oh, here we go. Someone stepping into space. It's Rachmani. To the outside. Di Lorenzo. Politano coming over to collect. Makes an overlap. You got to go back to Rachmani. Into La Bocca. Back outside. Anguissa. A lot of movement now from Napoli. Trying to just lose their marks. Ah, Cambiaso couldn't win that one. No foul. Yes. Of course, Bremer cleans it up. Oh, but that's a bad ball for clearance. In comes the ball. Savona. Kvaratskhelia. Guys. Yes, Nico Gonzalez with the block out. Anguissa. Oh. Yes, Locatelli. Yes, Loca. Winning the battles. Winning the battles. Earning the foul. Just a grind like we expected this game to be. Tight battle. Not both teams kind of opening up, but not a lot. Not a lot. Cambiaso on it now. Quickly up to Cope Miners. Scanning. But he's going to slow things down. Nobody's really taken off. No real options there. Cambiaso cuts across. Now out to Savona. Absolutely no one ahead of him. Back over to Cambiaso. who's right in the heart of the midfield. Out to Yildiz. Back to Cambiaso. Into Gonzalez. Little flick on for Savona. Have this in, kid. There's a cross. That's a good one. Oh. Last touch off Napoli. This is going to be a corner for Juve. This is where I'd love to see us get one. Get one on this. Get one on this set piece. Take the 1-0 lead. Right before half would be perfect. Come on. Our crosses just haven't been as sharp as they need to be. Here's Colt Miners. Hopefully this one can be sharp. Ball's in. It's low. Easily cleared by Politano. Come on. Gotta get it by the first defender here. What are we doing? $40-minute mark. We go all the way back. Bremer's got to go all the way back and collect this thing. So Napoli's going to push their line up a bit. Cambiaso back to Bremer. 40-minute mark, everybody. Savona scanning, goes back to Kalulu, and McTominay applying pressure. He's been used right next up to Lukaku defensively. And also in terms of transition can make up another target man. Savona on it now. Inside. We do get a foul call there. Anguissa was working on Kenan Yildiz. So we'll be able to move it up forward. And here we go. Quickly had in by Kalulu to Locatelli. And he's going to go over to Cambiaso. Colt Miners just standing there at the left sideline by himself. And we are not having... There's a hell of a switch on a corner ball to Colt Miners. A hell of a switch out there. A hell of a switch. Still there. We just can't get anybody set up to have this thing. And that's just a shame. And he's not even pushing the line. If he pushes that corner, like, beyond Di Lorenzo, like, we got to take those. We just can't get Locatelli set to line that up. And Savona's definitely not taking it. Kalulu wasn't even looking. Cambiaso's not looking at those. Inside to Yildiz. Moves it out to Kalulu. Up ahead for McKennie, and that's chewed up. Great win there by Yildiz. Inside for Nico. Now outside to Yildiz. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, Yildiz. Waiting for options. And why do these guys have to be told? Why does Yildiz have to tell you to give him that option on the outside? Ah, that's a cheap foul. Let them off the hook, boys. Come on. Come on. Mota not happy on that foul call on Cope. It's just lets Napoli right off the hook. And to be honest, there wasn't even much in there. So can't really get upset with Cope Miners here. And there's a nice win in the middle from Kalulu and Cambiaso. Locatelli and Cambiaso exchange. Locatelli pops this one over the top to Cope Miners. Settle down for Cambiaso. We're at the 43-minute mark. It's 0-0. Kalulu now on it. Over to Savona. Out to Kalulu. Carries it into the half circle. Over to Cambiaso. Drops it back for Kalulu. Goes all the way over to Bremer on the left side. Up to Yildiz. Inside for Cope Miners. Cope Miners goes back for Bremer. 43 minutes, 30 seconds, 0-0. Kalulu. Scanning. Up to Nico Gonzalez. Earns a foul there against Oliveira. But Nico's got to pick up the pace a bit too. He's got to pick up the pace a bit too. We had this problem with him in the game against Empoli as well. In the open games, Nico's got no problem, but in these cagey, closed-off ones, he's got to get it going. Closing in on the 45th minute mark, everybody. 0-0. This game's gone through shifts. Oh, Cambiasso, too much in the middle there, man. Way too much. And you lose it in a spot we can't. Now outside to Kvaratskhelia, being watched by Savona. Needs a double team to help. Cuts inside. Now goes over all the way across. Di Lorenzo's going to be on it. Now he's going to pop this one up for Politano. Cope Miner's the one out here watching. Don't give them that easy foul. Come on, Luca. "45th minute is hit. They're going to set this one up. We've got 1 minute of added time. And this is a dangerous play to contest here. And that's a terrible foul to take. He's got his back to you. He's moving away from our goal. There is no need there. Politano over it. Kvaratskhelia over it. Two-man wall set up by Juve, McKennie and Yildiz. Kvaratskhelia moves out to the top of the area, back post side. Politano, Lobotka over it now. Politano takes. Oh my God. Wow. That's insane. That's insane. If that gets deflected, that's probably in. Di Gregorio follows it the whole way, but that is crazy. Now we have a corner to contest here. Politano's making his way over. Now Politano set to take this one. So we got a final corner kick to contest. This will no doubt stop the action because we're at 46 minutes, 37 seconds. Politano taking his sweet, sweet time on this, but Doveri's over there talking to a bunch of players. Locatelli, Cambiasso, Buongiorno, Rachmani. Come on already. There it is. He doesn't even get it by McKennie. And calls the half. Waste of friggin' time, Politano, you clown. All right. Wow. A lot of feelings. A lot of thoughts. A lot of emotions running through at a 0-0 game here at half. But you guys, give me a minute here just to kind of regroup. In these big games, holy, there's so much emotions. There's so much, like, yeah, just the nerves, the anxiety when you're watching these games to like think clearly and actually break everything down. It's a little bit difficult at times. I see some of the comments in terms of Vlahovic awful again and everything. Very limited, very limited. The times he is getting on the ball, he's just got to find a man. He's just got to find a man, but he sprung them on a counter out of nowhere, and he had Locatelli like 6-foot pass away. Okay, 10-foot pass away. It's little things like that that just kill me. Savona, for me, is a little bit sketchy. He's a little bit sketchy, everybody. But a big game like this, you might have to ride it out. I don't know if it's worth making a change at half. Like, you almost got to deal with that consequence because it's Still risky. Bringing in Cabal, who hasn't had minutes for a while, all of a sudden into the second half of this cagey affair. But Savona is very, very shaky on the ball today, for me. Anyways, we are going to go through statistics. We're going to go through ratings and then kind of break everything down here. Cope Miners is one that seems to be catching a lot of flack in the chat there. We'll get to all of it. As far as the statistics go, it's 58% possession in favor of Juventus. 2 total attempts for Juve, 5 total attempts for Napoli. In terms of shots on target, 1 for Napoli, none for Juventus. We do have to test the keeper. Keep in mind, Meret has been taken out of this game and Caprile has come in. So we have to test this guy. Okay, but it's clear. Our game plan right now is to work it forward, have bodies in the area, and then again, it's trying to cross in, trying to find them. There have been a couple dangerous crosses, but not enough. Not enough. We still can work it a little bit better. There's been moments we've been early to cross when Yildiz could have potentially cut across goal, maybe had a strike, maybe hit it towards target and create some type of rebound, some type of trouble. We should be getting it to the top. If they're going to drop that deep, get it to the top, strike it, start having shots. So a lot of work to be done. Up top, these guys don't have a lot of room out on the flanks. You could see Savona is being held back more so as a base. Cambiaso's the one with freedom, but he's been central a ton, so it doesn't leave a lot of overlap options. This makes it difficult. A guy like Gonzalez has had nobody overlapping for him. Absolutely nobody. So he's got little to do. He's literally on an island there with Oliveira. He tried to beat him a couple times. It didn't really happen. The one time, it went back for a counterattack for Napoli. We got to be very careful here. If we're not going to do it evenly, I don't see the point in doing it at all. You've closed yourself down to one side, and you're trying to work the other overlaps between Cope Miners and Yildiz. But Yildiz is also moving around a lot. He's become central, and then Cope Miners has gone out to the side. There are openings for Juve to hit those corner balls, corner pings, and Cope Miners was sitting out there, and even Di Lorenzo was sucked in. And when the midfield presses, when Napoli has this moment where they think they've got you and that they can close that ball down, the second we find that free man, at this level, you've got to ping that ball to the corner and give Cope Miners or Yildiz the chance to go 1v1 with Di Lorenzo. You have to play to your advantages. That is one weakness that they show, that they can leave Di Lorenzo isolated there and you have an open switch field. You have to take it sometimes. It's the only way to keep them honest and stop them from overloading us. And in turn, that should open up everyone else. But we're playing very, very safe, as are they, really. It's a very, very safe game. Neither guys wanted to open up their teams tremendously. It's cagey. It's what we thought it was going to be. For the ratings, let's go through them. Di Gregorio, 6.7. Savona, 6.7. Kalulu, 6.8. I thought Kalulu keeps going strong. Bremer, 7.2. Easily. Handling Lukaku like nothing. All right? Cambiaso, 6.8. Weston McKennie on a 6.4. This is one of those games like we talked about. He can create havoc. He can be a problem against the numbers, and he has done that. But the technical sacrifice hurts you as well. And that's kind of coming to fruition as well. He's been the guy getting in the most dangerous scenarios. And it has affected us in the long run as well. Locatelli, 6.5. Gonzalez, 6.6. Cope Miners, 6.8. Yildiz, 6.9. And Vlahovic is your lowest at 6.3. 6 touches the entire first half for Dusan Vlahovic. 6 touches. He's ruled out, and we're not doing anything, and he's not doing anything to kind of get in this game. It's going to be like, hey, can he latch on to one of these crosses? That's really it. That's what this game has alluded to for Dusan Vlahovic, is can he get to one of these crosses? That's it. For Cope Miners, taking some flack maybe for his lack of involvement. He's clearly staying away from the middle. He is playing out to the sides, and he is trying to take those pockets of space. He has been the one that's played in the dangerous balls. Cambiaso has been good. He's been mixing it up from out wide to centrally towards the end of that half, way too central. But those guys are kind of the ones that we're depending on to kind of cook for us and create. Yildiz and Nico Gonzalez have not had enough. We need to find the ball to those guys in scenarios they can attack and actually press forward. When we do get those crosses in, I noticed that the cleanup, there is no cleanup crew. They are all back watching the counter. So if you don't get a first head to that ball, we have no shot. No shot of getting the cleanup either. So the guys are going to have to mix up their runs, mix up the timing out of the 3-4 bodies that are in the area. They can't all collapse right in front of goal and be the last guy. A couple of them have to drop out. But it's tight. We knew it was going to be tight. You just got to take your time, be patient, but not too patient. Yildiz, Cope Miners on the left have moments. They have space. We have to switch the field. That has been evident in all these games against these low blocks. Roma, Empoli, now Napoli. Switch the field. Find a way. All right? But that's it for your ratings and everything. I got to ask a question. I got to hear from all of you in the chat. Do you make any changes at halftime? Hit me right now. And Jerry B. Nasty wasted absolutely no time saying McKennie out, Thuram in. Is that the one that unlocks it for us? Is that the one that unlocks it? I'm not going to lie. I might stick to the way things are just for a little bit more. At least 60 minutes. At least 60 minutes. I don't know if a game like this, I understand all the shouts for Dusan out. I would say Dusan out if we had Milik available, because you need a target guy still. You still need a target guy the way this game is playing out. If you put the shortest guy you have up at the top, that takes the crosses right out of the mix. That takes him right out of the mix. So I'm not there right now. I'm not there right now. And I understand crappy pass. You have one crappy pass that sprung him on a break the other way, but if you had another target man that can go up there, it's a different story. I don't think a false 9 breaks this game open for us or helps us any bit. We're still looking to play crosses in. Weston is another target in the area there. The way Thuram plays, Thuram would be breaking things up. Now all of a sudden you've got two guys that are breaking things up, that are playing deep in Locatelli and Thuram. I don't know if that helps us unlock Napoli. This is a really difficult one. If you're looking at making a change in the midfield, it's Luis, but then all of a sudden it completely changes. Because again, his game will be creation from afar. You almost need a guy that's going to drive that area and create havoc and get in there. If we use Thuram as a box-to-box, then I'd say, yeah, let's go for it. But I don't think that's how Mota sees him. Adzic is a decent shout. Maybe Adzic could actually play up top. Decent size to the kid too. But we haven't seen it. You do it in this game? Your first big major test against Napoli? The kid's come back from an injury, hasn't seen game time minutes then? That's a ballsy call. That's a ballsy call. All I'm saying is that these games, tight cagey ones, every single move has a trickle-down effect, and it is crucial to get them right in these big, big games. And if you get one wrong, that could be it. So, whatever Mota decides, he's pulled all the right strings so far, and I'm going to back him. I'm just saying, for me, I leave it as is till probably at least 55, maybe even 60. Fagioli could actually play instead of McKennie. But you do suffer some of the work rate and some of the breakup capabilities. That's the one thing. So again, it's give and take. It's give and take, everybody. Or if I was going to do something, maybe you bring in Mbangula. Slide Yildiz into a true 10 role. If you're going to take McKennie out, drop Colt Miners back into the actual midfield. But that might not be robust enough. But I'm actually willing to take that shot. I'd actually be willing to take that shot. It's a little bit crazy, though. It's a little bit crazy. But maybe you drop Colt Miners back for McKennie, take him out, bring in Bangula, play Yildiz as a true 10, and hope he can unlock it. Hey, I know I might be, might be very unpopular, but I might give that a go, everybody. I don't know. Maybe they spiked my coffee. Who knows? I got a need for speed. Man, those games were epic when they first came out with the cops, too. Oh, Hot Pursuit. Cambiasso at right wing. Nico at center forward. Yildiz 10. Mbangula at left wing. All I'm going to say, you have zero threat. Nico's an okay threat on aerials. But, you got to hope that front line dances. And there's just too many bodies to do that dancing. You'd have to bank on mistakes, like mistakes from Napoli, and that we could jump in there and get. I don't know, you guys. I don't know, though. For me, leave Vlahovic in to start this second half, okay? Leave Vlahovic in. Mbangula, Yildiz 10, Cope, get him for back in the midfield, more involved, more hands-on. He's too much out on the wing for me. And then let's see. Everybody with the Timmies love, eh? You guys like Timmies? Let's go. Big second half here. Hopefully we pull out the victory here. Lads, let's go. Big second half about to come down. Reminder, everybody, like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already. AJC, dedicated to La Vecchia Signora. All right. Adzic, false 9. I'm actually, like I said, I'm open to it. It's a ballsy call, though. Guys, am I the only one concerned about Savona? Did anybody else get, man, I was getting seriously nervous with him. Is anybody thinking about maybe a change and getting him over to the right side? Are we getting him over to the right side? Cambiasso to the right side, moving Savona out and bringing in Cabal? Giuseppe says he'd bring Danilo for Savona. I don't know how I feel about that. I like Cambiasso and Cabal just because of the pace. They can keep up with guys. So even if they lose half a step here or there, they can clean it up pretty quick. Forza Juve saying Savona and Big Mac are the two things hurting us currently. See, there is some upside with McKennie, though, because, like I said, he was the one getting into the dangerous areas. Just that last execution there was lacking. He gave that ball to Vlahovic. They're 2 feet away, and I'm like, what's he going to do with that? You passed it behind him, too, to a trailing leg, and he's running in at full speed. I thought McKennie should have stopped up and just shot. Literally, just stopped. Vlahovic is going through. Have a rip. What the hell do I know? Savona was a problem, Azzurri Juve. Savona lost a very important ball in transition. More than one. Savona is locking Kvaratskhelia down. Can't take him out. It's one of the things that in these big games, I don't like making early changes. I think you ride it out. And we look at Savona. He's set to come out. We look at the players in the tunnel. How about Kalulu? Another solid showing through that first half. Let's go. And Bremer's just a beast. Like, let's give some love to Bremer. Just an absolute unit. We're getting ready for them to come out for the second half. It's going to be all to play for still. Look at Lilian Thuram out here watching Juve. Will his son make an appearance in the second? I would expect Kefren Thuram to make an appearance. We're looking at Weah with a penny talking to Mota. I tell you what, you put Lilian Thuram on that right back position. Lights out. Guy was a beast. Center back, right back, didn't matter. He's in my all-time Juve 11 that I've personally watched. Because I don't do all times with guys that I never watched play that were from above. Obviously, Shirea makes it in, Platini, etc. But for guys I've watched, Thuram easily in my all-time 11 for Juve. Weah and Mota. Hugs after Mota explains what he wants. We're getting ready for the second half kickoff, everybody. McTominay looks like the oldest 7-year-old I've ever seen. It's creepy. Like, seriously, you guys looking at this dude? Weah's coming in. Vlahovic off. Weah in. And here we go. Second half kicks off, everybody. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve. Locatelli's on the ball. And here we go. Distributes to Cope Miners. Man, that's interesting. Weah at the top right now. Wow. Wow. The ball's on Thiago. And that, hey, you don't have a 9 as a backup. You take him out of a big game like this, and you play Weah. That is your call out to Dusan Vlahovic to pick things up. Locatelli spraying it out to Gonzalez. We just can't get to it. Locatelli comes in, cleans it up. And here he goes. Settles it down, goes back to Savona. Big, big message there to Dusan from the mister. Coal Miners. Scanning, goes back to Bremer. Bremer, over to Kalulu. Flips it up over the top. That's a lazy pass there from Kalulu. Bremer doing battle with Lukaku there. Heads it forward. Oh, here's Yildiz. Oh, just couldn't settle that. That's okay. And Mota with the catch. Quick throw in. Come on, Yildiz. Just couldn't turn the corner on Rahmani here. Mota with the little throw-in assist there. Rahmani is just a... We can't lose to these guys. Come on. Locatelli into Coal Miners quickly. Out to Cambiaso. Weah showing for it, dropping back. Bremer. Over to Kalulu. Getting pushed back. He's going to go all the way back to Di Gregorio. McTominay, the one. Applying pressure. Ooh. Di Gregorio to Locatelli. Here comes Lobotka. Out to Kalulu. We're pressed down deep. Back to Di Gregorio. He's going to take his time. Carry forward here. Here comes Lukaku. Slowly. Launches it out to Savona. Settles it down. Back out to Kalulu. Locatelli's got a ton of space. There you go. Turn. Take a look. And there it is. There's the ping out to Yildiz. Cambiaso. And now Cambiaso trying to get this one across. Oh, what a touch there from Mac. And Gonzalez cutting into Oliveira. Ooh, has a shot, but it's always raising high. That's better. Ping those balls out there. Look at that. Look at the Yildiz. You instantly gain so much field. Come on. Take advantage of those. You've got to switch the frickin' field. Lukaku heads this one centrally, cleaned up. Ooh, Colt Miners, though. Picks this one up. Anguissa all over him. Goes back to Kalulu. Over to Cambiasso. Back to Kalulu. Over to Bremer. Bremer now outside to Colt Miners. Quickly being closed down. Into Cambiasso. Locatelli. Nice ball forward for Weah. Come on, Yildiz. Go. What are you waiting for? Oh, shot right at Caprile. Yildiz trying to get flashbacks of what happened against PSV, but that angle much, much more difficult. And in the end, very, very soft, easily handled shot. Conte losing it on the sidelines. Inside to Lobotka. McKennie watching him. Pass forward. Yes, Bremer wins it. Let's go. Yildiz on it. Turn it quick. Quick. Too slow, boys. All Weah's done is drop back. That's it. And just been an extra outlet for us. That's it. But that's all you need sometimes. Just an extra body for them. Move guys around. Locatelli. There it goes. Out to the corner for Yildiz. Unfortunate that first touch couldn't get him in the position he wanted to. Ultimately, Yildiz takes the foul on Napolitano. Closing in on 50 minutes, 0-0. Come on, you guys. That's a ballsy change, man. I'm still trying to wrap my head around just balls on Mota, man. Launch this one. Route 1. Bremer, Lukaku. And Bremer easily playing it back to Di Gregorio. Di Gregorio now. Oh, we got a flag, too, for offside, so Juve's going to carry this one forward. Quickly had in by Cambiasso to Locatelli. He's scanning. Lukaku closes in on him. Over to Cambiasso. In the Colt Miners, you could turn. Yes. Overlap. Inside to Weah. Outside to Gonzalez. Ooh. That touch. Back to Savona. Turn inside, inside. Yes. Loca, one more. Yes. To Cope. Come on, Cambiasso. Too slow, man. Too slow. Too slow. Come on. Colt Miners wanted that ball, man. What are you guys waiting for? If a guy's demanding the ball, give him the ball. Now Yildiz, he's going to be closed down by Politano and Di Lorenzo. Back out to Colt Miners, and we got to quickly have it all the way out. Possession being dominated this half to kick things off by Juventus, but again, poking and prodding, but not really able to find any types of breakthroughs. And there's a foul on McKennie on the back. Locatelli scanning, has Kalulu stepping forward, gives it to him. Bremer again to his left. Now over to Colt Miners, still hugging that left sideline. Go back to Bremer. Got for Kalulu, into Cambiasso. Locatelli, he's getting closed down. Out to Bremer. Oof. Out to Cambiasso, or Kalulu, excuse me. Back to Di Gregorio. And here's Di Gregorio launching this one. Can Yildiz win that foot race against Anguissa? Oh, he's got... Oh, had the cut on the inside. Lost his footing. That's unfortunate. Good battle there from Keenan. That's unfortunate, man. Had him on the angle inside there. There you go, McKennie. Yes, yes. Good battle there. McKennie will give you every ounce he has. At least you got to respect that. Whether you give up a little bit technically or not, he gives everything he has. And I do appreciate that. Anguissa over to Di Lorenzo. Back to Anguissa. Yildiz applying a little pressure. Come on, Weah. Give a little bit to Caprile there. There you go. Come on, get those legs going. That's it, Weah. Come on, Yildiz. Don't wait so long. That's your guy. That's your mark. That's it, Cambiaso. Too much, man. Too much. Oh, and then the foul. And just the let up. Come on, Cambiaso. Release the ball, man. Release the ball. I can already tell when he loses that moment, he's done too much. That's my one knock on the guy. Love Cambiaso. Love him. But too much is a criticism I have for him. Sometimes, just too much. Way too much. Come on. Maybe I'm just being hard on him because I'm so damn nervous about this. But Politano has just turned Cambiaso. Bremer, you got to go ball, man. Oh. Come on, Cambiaso, man. Got turned easy there. Way too easy. Do not lose your focus here. God. Getting nervous. Getting nervous, everybody. 54 minutes. 45 seconds. And that's how Napoli's going to hurt us. It's going to be like just this little thing out of transition, out of nowhere. That's really it. Because we're in control possession. We just got to find a way to hurt them and actually ask questions. Here's Savona. Oh, great step in from Weah. That's a foul, sir. And here we go. Turning back at us, but Yildiz comes back. Defends against Politano. Di Lorenzo now on it. Cambiaso and Yildiz both there. Out to Anguissa. Cope Miners watching him. Weah keeping tabs on Labocca. I wonder if Weah's played this in training. Or if this is completely out of blue. There's a nice one too. And they get deep here. Outside to Di Lorenzo. Here's a cross in. What a challenge from Locatelli. Are you kidding me, guys? Oh, Jesus, you guys. Just stop fucking around with the ball here. Outside, quick. Let's go, quick. Enough slowing this shit down. Let's go. Stop letting them get set up. Come on. There you go, Loca. Let's go, you guys. Get your legs going. Inside to Yildiz. To McKennie, excuse me. Oh, come on, Cope. There's nobody there. And that's a pass back. What is happening here all of a sudden? We've gone full tilt. Absolutely no. Like Gonzalez sleeping at the back post there. Nobody moving in on that. What are we doing, you guys? Get your legs going. Attack this game. He's offside. Lukaku's offside there. He's offside there. So who's getting the card here? This challenge from Loca is just huge. Huge there. Look at this. Ball across, and Gonzalez just stopped himself there. That's a pass back, though. Like, this is hilarious. He literally touches it and points to it for his keep. There's no challenge. There's no contesting. Unreal. Di Gregorio now launching this one out to Cope Miners. Headed in. There you go to Yildiz. Do your work, son. Oh, yeah, it turned him. It's a foul there. Good job from Yildiz. Great play from Yildiz there. Malta on the yellow. Who had Malta getting a card over Conte on their bingo card for this game? 58 minutes. We're out on the right flank. Gonzalez into Locatelli, and Locatelli scans again. Here you go. Switching it to Yildiz. Taking on Politano. Skin him. Skin him. Ah, Yildiz. Come on, man. Easy, Politano. Easy. See Douglas Luiz warming up on the side there. Man, you guys, we're getting in these opportunities. And what did I say at the halftime about switching the field up? Locatelli, this second half, this is what we should have been doing the entire time. We had all those opportunities down the left side. It was Cope Miners, it was Yildiz. So at least they're picking up on it, but Yildiz has got to be way more direct. You got to know exactly what you want to do. Left side, right side, cross, or you driving. And do it with conviction. None of this second guessing and then stumbling up. Locatelli, quick turn. Oh, Yildiz could have turned. He had no idea. Locatelli on it, scanning. Now up to Cope Miners. Over to Yildiz. Back out to Cambiaso. Over to Locatelli. He's carrying him forward. He's taking what they're giving him. Inside to Mac. Now out to Cope Miners. He's going to go back to Locatelli. Here comes the challenge. Into Yildiz. Oh, find him. Yes. Ah, I can't find anybody there. Oh, Luca. That was a bad decision from Luca. Oh, Cope. Leave a foot hanging in there for no reason. 60 minutes, 32 seconds, 0-0. Cagey as ever, this one. Cagey as ever. Anguissa on Awea going to give chase. Now they go up the left side. It's Oliveira. Nico Gonzalez coming up here. Savona engaging. Oh my God, and your skin way too easy. This is bad. Oh, but that's easily a terrible through ball there. And we're let off the hook there. The oldest 7-year-old on the planet, McTominay. Look at this goof. Bremer over to Cambiaso. Up to Cope. Oh, just cleaned up there by Anguissa. Got to be quicker than that. Let's go, boys. They're going to pin us back now on this throw-in. See if they could turn it. See if they could turn it on us. Cambiaso launches one, chested down by McKennie. Yildiz doing battle. Cope Miners keeps it in. Over to Locatelli. Switches field. Oh, we shut the play down because Di Lorenzo's down and it's a head knock. Got him with like a chop. It was like his hand. You deserve a good smack on the face anyways, Di Lorenzo, for the Euros. So, you deserve it. Keep working, Yildiz. Come on, man. Doveri drops it. Cambiaso now takes it. Over to Kalulu. Outright for Savona. Now up for Nico. Inside. Here's Weah. Slows it down to McKennie. Yep. And here's a switch. Oh. Whoo, Cambiaso. Yildiz needed a train to catch up to that one. $63 minutes. Weah, touch on that one's going to go out. Goal kick. Caprile is going to collect here. Here we go. Kalulu easily settling this one. Up to Locatelli. Touch forward for Yildiz, trying to turn his man. There's too many guys in there. Oh, the play's on. Over to Weah. Yes. Oh, just couldn't get his cross in. And Guisa does everything to try and keep it in. That's out. It's going to be thrown for Juve. Little bit of a switch up. Looks like it's going down. Cope Miners moving centrally and almost like two forwards. Weah and Gonzalez making up the top. I just noticed this all of a sudden. I wonder if they're going to actually stay true to that. Good on Yildiz to keep going and keep playing on after. Yeah, he stomps on Di Lorenzo there a bit, but too bad, so sad. Keep playing. Taking a break while Di Lorenzo gets the magic spray. Like, I understand getting Cope outside, like, to the flanks, because that's where the space is when teams do this, but it's the middle is flooded, right? So we work it to the outside. Here's Cambiaso. It's a cross that's blocked. Inside to Yildiz. A touch back out to Cambiaso. Quickly closed down. Out to Bremer. Locatelli wants it now. And he's going to spray it out now all the way to the outside for Savona. Savona's touch takes him backwards. Now to Kalulu. Scanning. Over to Locatelli. Cambiaso can collect here. But he goes to Bremer. Bremer scanning. Yeah, just don't fuck around. Back to Bremer. Just go to Kalulu. Guys, come back. Savona, you got to start coming back. Here's Cambiaso. Over to Locatelli. Push that line there, Savona. Into Weah. Into Locatelli. Savona. Outside again. Back into Locatelli. Into Cambiaso. Out to Weah. Again, there's no space there, boys. You got to hang it out wide. You got to beat a guy and have it in. That's the game. You're not going to tic-tac-toe on a wall of guys. It just ain't going to happen. Not unless somebody makes a mistake on the other end. Here's Weah showing for out to Cope Miners. Into Yildiz. Quick touch to Weah. And Cope makes a run in. Over to McKennie. Oh, dummy. Oh, almost found Cope there. Gonzalez throws his leg in. He's going to get a foul. Oh, my God. That was almost a breakthrough, you guys. That was almost a breakthrough. That was good build-up. That was better build-up. Inside, outside. Make your runs into space after distributing. Great dummy there from Gonzalez. And Savona's ball is just a back heel block from Rahmani. And again, what I say about mixing up the runs, we all go to the same line. Hang back a bit just in case. If he touches that back towards the area, there's nobody there. Everybody's on that back line. Inside for Di Lorenzo, that's blocked. Win that. Yes. Cambiaso flat-footed. Good job, Yildiz. Cambiaso, man, you're stripping your own guy here. Luca, switch. There you go. Out to Savona. Come on. Up the right flank here. McKennie's calling for them to go back. Here's Gonzalez. Cuts inside. He's going to take on Oliveira. Nowhere to go here. Oh, he has a cross in. Blocked. Out Kalulu. Inside to Cambiaso. Back out to Luca. He's going to go over to Bremer. Now out to Cope Miners. Over to Yildiz. Back to Cope. Into Locatelli. Being watched. Feints. Here's a left-footed ball out to Yildiz. You're 1v1, man. You and Di Lorenzo. Back outside. Cambiasso. Cope wants it. Turn. Too late. Too late. Here's Cope. Still on it. To Kalulu. Push that line, Savona. Stop waiting. Push that line. Give yourself deeper spot to cross. Here's Cope. Oh, Cope tries to step into one and drill it. It's blocked. Bremer easily collecting. Back to Di Gregorio. Quickly up, guys. Quickly up. Don't let him get the field. Into Cambiasso centrally. Oh my God, Cambiasso. Jeez, a little bit more give a shits. Come on. Over to Locatelli. Always scanning. Now over to Cambiasso. Locatelli and Cambiasso have become the pivots. Into Weah. Quick tap out to Kalulu. Feints. A switch. Over to Cambiasso. Cambiasso turns his man in the middle. He's off to the races. Oh, Cope Miners! Oh, fuck. Off foot. Off foot. Just couldn't put that. That's got to hit target, man. I don't give a shit. Oh, and the one time Cambiasso does too much and it works for us. Oh, Cope Miners, you've got to hit target on that. You've got to target on that. But we're poking, we're prodding more. It's 70 minutes, 28 seconds. Continue to push. Here comes a dangerous player for Napoli, Neres. And Conte did exactly what some called on the preview show, and that's use him on tired legs. So Neres will be making his way into this game. Pass back. Savona carrying it across. Over to Cambiasso. Careful. To the outside, to the right. That's a foul. Good job there. Finding himself on the right side, but Bremer, just a beast. Neres will be one to watch. Simeone and Neres both coming on. So Simeone will obviously pose more in terms of movement than Lukaku. Lukaku sticks up top. Very, very easy type striker for Bremer to lock down. Bremer's going to have to take him out of his pocket to make this substitute. Foloruncio. Foloruncio, Simeone, and Neres all coming on. So he wants all fresh attackers for the last 20 minutes. Because Politano's out, Lukaku's out, and it looks like Kvaratskhelia is also going to come out. David Neres looks like he could barely open his eyes. Like he just crawled out of bed for this game. Guy's got 3 assists in like 30 minutes of match time. It is Juve's ball after the foul on Bremer. 72 minutes, 26 seconds. And here we go. Ah, Gonzalez waits so long to have that switch. It gets blocked, but luckily out off of Foloruncio. Savona now back to Kalulu. So they got fresh legs, and they're going to try and create some problems up top and press. And here's Di Gregorio. Left-footed ball, trying to bomb it up. Headed back into play. Anguissa. Yildiz watching Neres. Dangerous character here. Locatelli winning that one. Out to Cope. And now out to Yildiz. Guys, we're pinned. Ooh! Yildiz switching field here. Going out to Oliveira. Savona can win this one. Holy Christ. Savona, man. And he ate a foul there. No call there from the ref. Gonzalez, chest down to Weah. And here comes Yildiz getting up in the play. Back to Cope Miners. Now we can control again. And now we call it dead for Savona, who's down. Man, what a cagey affair. What a cagey affair. Dude, can we find the breakthrough? Find the breakthrough. Get me a goal. Cope Miners on that opportunity, man. In games like this, you're not going to get many like that. And you've got to hit target there. Maybe. He's got a lot of time still. And maybe he finds one. Maybe he finds one. Whether it's him or somebody else, I don't care. Somebody find one for us. Somebody find one for us. Locatelli now flipping it out to the left for Cope Miners. He's going to settle it, go back for Bremer. And Bremer now going route one. Looks like he's trying to find Nico there. Headed down by Oliveira. Settled by La Bocca. Plays it out to the outside. Locatelli goes out there to win it. Inside for McKennie. Now flips it forward. Weah. Run at him. You're going against Buongiorno. Slows down. Back out for McKennie. McKennie's going to take a look. Now we regroup in possession. Having Napoli pinned back. Locatelli. Scanning. Over to Cambiaso. Into Yildiz. Back out to Locatelli. Locatelli. Outside. Savona. And now he beats his man. Cross. That's deflected out. It's going to be a corner kick. That's better from Savona. I think he's cleaned up his game in the second half. Much better second half. Still makes me a little nervous on the ball at times, but much better second half than his first. Corner kick here. Please, somebody, get ahead to this. Get ahead to this. Put it in the back of the net. I don't care who. Anybody. Give me Big Mac on a header here. Give me Big Mac on a header here for the 1-0. Let's go. Give me Big Mac on a header here. Bremer. Anybody. Come on, Cope Miners. Give me one of those beauty deliveries. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. Ball's in. In swinger. Oh, headed out. Cambiaso. Settles. Out to Locatelli. And Locatelli swinging it right back out to the right side. Oh, lovely trap from Cope Miners. Taking on Di Lorenzo. Inside for Kalulu. Back outside Savona. Back out for Kalulu. Over to Locatelli. Back to Kalulu. Savona still out there on the right. Collects. Locatelli right at the back for us. Right at the back for us. Scanning to Bremer. Up top for... Ooh, easy. And now we're punched all the way back. All the way back for nothing. Come on. Over to Kalulu. To Di Gregorio. To Locatelli. Switches it back up to Kalulu. Now over to Locatelli. It's going to scan. Still scanning. There's a ball up for Cope Miners. Flipped in. Oh, little flick on to the space. Nobody was running at it. That's a hell of a play, though. Cause an error, though. Yildiz on it. Up top for Cope Miners. Yes, Yildiz. Oh, Yildiz. Oh! Did he not have an option for a low hard ball across this face of this goal here? Just put that thing low and hard across that goal. Somebody's probably going to tap a foot, and we had everybody up there. McKennie's coming out. Kefren Turam coming in. Maybe we get a Golazzo like the preseason bomb from Kefren Turam. Let's see. Lillian watching on. 79th minute, 0-0. I got to watch that one on replay from Yildiz. I don't know if that's the best option. Bremer cleans it up on Simeone. We keep it in. Oh, look at Cope. That's the work. Oh, he still just can't keep it out of there. There was a touch there, but ref's not going to call that down. Di Lorenzo launching this one up. Here's Neres. And Cambiaso, you just can't lose it to him. Oh, there you go, Yildiz. Yes. Turam, Yildiz, Cambiaso all on it. Into Turam. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, Turam. Too much, man. And that's okay. That's okay. Cambiaso, you watch Neres. That's their main threat right now. Out of all the guys that have come on, it's Neres. Yildiz, nice challenge. Send him. Luca earning the foul there. Putting in the hard miles there today from Luca. There you go. Luca wants it. Down this left side. Goes back to Bremer. 81 minutes. I don't know if we're going to find a breakthrough. We had a couple moments. I am very upset with Yildiz's decision there. I need to watch a replay. Maybe that was the best option, but I failed to believe so. Savona into Locatelli. Out to Kalulu. And there's Cambiaso. Making a move forward in the middle. Scanning, turning, twisting, turning. To Kalulu. Locatelli wants it. He's scanning. Over to Savona. Cole Miners, and he's going to switch this one for Yield. There's a ton of space ahead of him. He could take on Di Lorenzo. Inside for Cambiaso. Over to Luca. Oh, that's Cope. Over to Cambiaso. He has a hit. That's a touch from the keep. Touch from the keep. Is he calling goal kick? He's calling goal kick. No touch. No, I don't think anybody touched it. Oh, boy, I tell you. 82 minutes, 27 seconds. Caprile on it. He's going to scan. Oh, inside. Everyone should have crept up there when Weah got him to make that half step. Put him under. Put him under. Go. Here's Route 1. Bremer. You're going to win that battle. Oh, Turam. Come on, man. Get in your position. Oh, Locatelli. Battling again. Still. Constantly. Just an engine today. Luca. Over to Rachmani. Over to Di Lorenzo. Yield is going to watch. Cambiaso has to watch Neres. No foul there. Oof. This is disgusting from Yildiz, the in tight control, and then that pass was just not what you need to do. The situation still sometime escaping the young stud. Bremer battling there. Neres going to walk away with it. Guys, find your checks. Come on. Look at this. Cambiasso, close down McDominay. Don't let him turn. Come on, you guys. Get your legs going. Laboca. Turn scanning. Anguissa here. 84th minute. Not much time left. Napoli's probably fine. Being on possession, knocking it about here and there. Ooh, Cambiasso, you are crazy, you guys. Get this ball. God. So comfortable. So comfortable with this tic-tac-toe shit around our end as last man back. It's crazy. Kalulu takes a step, carries forward Savona, hanging back, inside to Kalulu now. You've got to cheat that line a bit if we're going to try to advance. Like, Savona's really hanging back on that line. Up to Thuram, who finds himself on the left sideline. Watch by Anguissa. Cuts inside now. Over to Locatelli, back out to Bremer. Bremer's going to go over to Kalulu. He's got some space up the right side. Up to Weah. Oh, little flip on. Just couldn't get it. In the path of Savona, but that's a right idea. Man, Weah's offered a little bit more than Vlahovic in terms of getting involved and offering some technical piece, but it still lacks a lot from that position. And he hasn't come close to a sniff of getting a shot or anything like that up in attack. Cambiasso still carrying it forward, twisting, turning. Oh my God, and then you miss the outlet. Come on, you guys. Just too much, nothing. Laboca's going to come out. Happy Gilmore's coming in. Obviously, it's not Happy Gilmore from the Sandler movie, but Bobby. Ah. 86 minutes, 37 seconds. It's 0-0. Di Lorenzo on the throw for Napoli. Napoli. Oh my God, Cambiasso. Stop trying to cheat that. You're better off to stop them completely. Get the field up here. It's Folorunsho. You cannot get beat by Folorunsho, Savona. Good job. Lev it out. Goal kick. We regroup. 87th minute. Di Gregorio plays it in. We got Bremer on it. These back guys look pretty tired, I'm not going to lie. Bremer, Kalulu. Cambiasso really looks gassed. He does it to himself too because he's been doing a lot more than is actually necessary on quite a few sequences. Sometimes less is more. Keep it simple. Yildiz. Over to Cambiasso. Switch the field. Kalulu goes back. Over to Bremer. In. Ah, too much. Too much, you guys. Where's the... Oh, my God. Figure this out. Weah. Oh, bloody hell. That's okay. It's blocked. It's out for a corner. Let's go. Oh, finish it here. Finish it here, Juve. Come on. Finish it here, man. Bremer, you're a beast, you're a unit. Get your big head on this freaking ball right now. Okay? Here's the ball in. Coal Miners delivers. It's headed out by Rahmani. Cambiaso. And a soft touch in for no reason. A soft touch in for nothing. Come on, Cambiaso. Played up by Di Gregorio. Come on, Yildiz. Lead the charge. Let's go. Find that switch. Thuram, look. Ah, fuck you guys. Switch that field. There you go. Co-miners in. Gonzalez. Holy Jesus, Gonzalez. Says deal with this. Puts it right back at his throat. Out to Savona. Gonzalez all in tight here. Into Cope. Trying to look for a foul there. Nothing doing. Too light there, man. They're not going to call that. Not now in this game. 89 minute, 22 seconds. 0-0. Conte shouting. Berto losing it. And you know what the thing is? This is one thing I'll say for the way up top as opposed to Vlahovic is that in a... Oh! Giovanni Simeone trying to catch Di Gregorio out, never coming close to goal. I will say this. When you've got a guy like that up there, at least when we win the ball back and he gets it up there, at least there's a threat to dribble back at the defense. Because that's a thing. Vlahovic doesn't give you that threat. Like, at all. So, maybe that's kind of something along the lines of what Motta was thinking too, is at least we win it back and we get it to him. At least he can be a threat with his pace and ability to run at defenders, even if it's 1v3. But that's make no doubt about it, that's a message sent to Dusan. I'm curious to hear what Motta will say after the game because he is 100% getting asked about it. And we're getting way too slow here, boys. Way too slow. Relax. Look at this. We're allowing them to settle and turn here. There's 4 minutes of stoppage time. We're through 1. It's a 91st minute. We got 3 more minutes. Here's Neres out on the right. Going at Cambiaso. Yildiz comes in to help. Played into Anguissa. Back out to Di Lorenzo. Oh, we both let Anguissa go there. Thuram and Cambiaso. Luckily, Napoli had no sight of having it in there to him. Win the ball, boys. 3 of you. Kalulu into Thuram. Back to Kalulu. You're getting closed down for no reason. You guys taking yourselves back to... Oh! Yildiz wins a foul there on some sketchy play at the back there. Really, really too calm almost. Bremer now switching it out for Kalulu on the right. We got about 2 minutes if we're going to find one. Otherwise, this thing's heading to a 0-0 draw. Kalulu. Into Weah. Takes a touch over to Bremer. Scanning. Into Cambiaso. Back to Bremer. Come on, you guys. Make a push for one. Come on. Push for one. Let's go. Make a push for it. Don't settle here. Out to the right. Here's Gonzalez. And he can't beat Vlahovic. Yeah, play on. Thank you. There's nothing there. You peaked when Spalletti chose you some way, somehow, to play for the Azzurri, Vlahovic. Oh, Yildiz, come on. And you lose it there. Pay attention of what's ahead of you. Come on. That's a shove in the back to spring Neres here. Oh, he's turned him. Bremer catches up, but how about the shove that led all of this? It's not over, lads. Corner kick here, 93 minutes, 30 seconds. Napoli set to have this one in. Here it comes, Neres. Oh, headed out to the backside. Weah giving chase with Folorancho. They have it back out, Anguissa. They're going to look to have it back in the mixer. Oh, let Anguissa hold there. That's fine. That's game. That's game, everybody. It ends there. 0-0 draw again. That's 3 buses Motta's Juve has not been able to break. 3 5-man units across the back line that we cannot find the answer. In this one, we had moments, way more sequences and moments to actually hurt as opposed to the Empoli game and even the Roma game. Again, it's about finding that formula and finding that rhythm, that chemistry, how you're going to hurt these low blocks. But the blueprint is laid, everybody. It's right there in front of us. He's got to find this. You have teams nervous about playing you straight up. That's great. But you've got to find a way to hurt this, or Serie A is going to be difficult, okay? It's going to be difficult to get the results. You have to start punishing this. You have to get to a point where teams are like, okay, we could try to park it, but we're probably still going to suffer. Let's try to open up a bit. But it's difficult. It's a difficult one. Conte walking around the stadium giving the applause to the crowd. Locatelli had a game, all right? But you guys, we got to talk about this one. We got to cover everything in the aftermath. It's a 0-0 draw. It's another park bus we can't find an answer to. Statistics, well, Juve, 65% possession, okay? And you finish with 9 total attempts. That is not good enough. This is what we want teams to do. We want teams to park. We want teams to be nervous about opening up to get us. We want to dominate the possession. We want to control the games. Have to find a way to hurt them. There were moments here and there, but it is not enough. Now, the common in the Roma, in the Empoli, and even this one, I'll get to it. I'll get to what I've noticed, okay? But we're going to carry on with the statistics. 9 attempts for us, 8 attempts for Napoli with 35% possession. So they essentially get the exact same out of us. Both teams with 1 attempt on target. I'd have to say the best opportunity of the game was Cope Miners, no question. And that's got to go on goal. That has to go on goal. Have to at least make the keeper make a save. We get to the ratings. Di Gregorio finishes with a 6.8. Savona, 6.9. Much better second half from Savona. Cleaned his game up nicely. Okay? He left me nervous outside of the first. Cleaned it up. Kalulu, 6.9. Another good showing from him. Bremer, 7.4. Absolute unit. Okay? Cambiaso, 7.3. Had a good game. Frustrating me at little moments here and there, but he had a good game. Weston McKennie at a 6.5. Locatelli at a 6.9. I'd have him higher. Was everywhere and was an engine. Okay? The switch fields in the second half gave us a lot of opportunity to do some damage. We couldn't. Nico Gonzalez, 6.6. Not much there. Not much there against these buses. That's Empoli, and that's this. The games against PSV, I have no worries about Nico Gonzalez. But against these games, these park buses, he's got to find a way to do more. Cope Miners, a 7.1. We're going to talk about Cope Miners. Yildiz, a 7.2. Vlahovic finished with a 6.3. And I think an even 6 because he barely got any service, any touches, didn't do anything. Part of that his fault, part of it the game's method. It is what it is. Leave him at an even 6. He got out, Weah came in. If we're looking at the substitutes, Weah got himself a 6.9. Kefren Turam came in with only 10 minutes. I'm not going to register a rating there, okay? Man of the match, I'm personally going to say it's between Bremer, Locatelli. You can even make an argument for Cambiaso, but for me, I'm going to give it to Locatelli. Locatelli was everywhere. He's my man of the match. It's Locatelli, and the second half, he started doing what we needed against Roma, Empoli, and even Napoli, and that's a switch of fields. So for me, right now, before my second watch tonight and then tomorrow's podcast, I'm giving it to Loca. We're going to get all your shouts right now. Bremer. We got Bremer here. We got Bremer, my man of the match. Man of the match, Locatelli. Cambiaso from Andre here. Bremer. And then we got Locatelli. More for Locatelli. Cambiaso, man of the match for Suarez there. Loca was a beast today from Shatterstar. Bremer, my man of the match. Yep. Loca and Bremer. Even Digre is a good shout. Di Gregorio coming up when we needed him to. Loca. Locatelli. Loca. Locatelli has been our best player so far this season from Paul. Okay. Shouts for Conte's wig. It holds up nicely. Respect. Respect to the piece. Now, I told you I was going to talk about what I noticed in this game now and across multiple park buses that I see Juve struggle in. And for me, it's that working from left to right. And I know exactly why Thiago Motta does this. And I see a lot of the concerns. Colt Miners is just on the left side. He's just on the flank. We got to get them more mixed up. You got to get them more involved. I get it. The reason, this is from a managerial standpoint. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because if you surrender or you lose it in the middle of the park against a counter-attacking team, that is the worst place in the park to lose the ball. So the theory is, by keeping your main deep-lying midfielder back, you also have your center backs there. If you lose it on the flanks, on either side, you can make up for it. You can clean up with the short side, and the back side has enough time to come in for coverage. That is exactly why we're seeing that. But if you look at the second half, when we started to work it deep left and then cut in centrally, what did it do? It left them nervous on the overloaded side, and the backside crept in for coverage. And that's how you got a dummy from Gonzalez on through to Savona and then a cross in from the dangerous side. It's too safe. Motta did a good job in terms of applying numbers and fighting the numerical disadvantage in this one. That's why it looked a little bit better and felt a little bit better than Roma and Empoli. But he still didn't add any type of central presence. And that's the next step. You have to make up for the numerical disadvantage out on the flanks. They have to have options. But you cannot lose all your presence in the middle. You still have to find some trailing runs. You have to keep these teams honest. And when you stick to one side, you kind of lose that. It's very tough. These guys have to be like inch perfect in tic-tac-toes to get anything. So it's very, very difficult. But he is on the brink because this was the best and against the best team out of those three. Out of Roma, Empoli, and Napoli. Napoli's the better team out of all three of them, and we did look better. We did look better against the bus in this one, but there's still a little bit more work to do. Motta has to risk a little more. He has to understand the central presence cannot be lost because you're still making it ultimately pretty one-sided for them to have to cover. That's all I'm saying. That's my notice. But again, he's got to figure it out because The blueprint's out there, everybody. Storm the barn. Fire your questions in. Again, reminder, everybody, while you're in here, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's go. Soiree. Should we be worried? I don't know what to say, Berto. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not concerned at this point in time. I'm not. The positive is nobody's breaking us. They've got to kind of risk it to break us too. What did they have for an opportunity? It would have taken a great strike from Politano there on that shot. Outside of that, next to nothing. That's our first major test. We can all pretty much agree. And they have to clamp down. We get 64%, was it 64, 65% possession? The game is in our hands. I like the fact that our last hurdle to break is in our hands. And we can figure that out. We can figure out and we will figure it out. Things I'm worried about, where we go from now with Dusan, and Milik doesn't convince me as the alternative, who should be coming back at any moment in time now. There was a message sent today from Thiago Motta. I don't know if Dusan's got the chops mentally to sort this one out, but he has to. We lose aerial target in there, and that's part of the battle against stacked buses. You've got Genoa away from home, okay, in a week's time. Do you think they're going to play us straight up? Do you think they're going to open things up? I don't. We got to figure this thing out. But there is a little bit of a boost. There was different things that Motta did today. Keep poking and prodding. I'm sure we'll find the breakthrough. We still need these guys to all sort out their chemistry and everything. But Cope Miners had the best opportunity. And man, you've got to at least hit target on that one. I thought that for sure was as good as a goal. I'm upset with that one because you're coming in here to be one of these leaders. You got to lead. You got to lead. And in games like that, that's the difference. And we let teams off the hook. We got to punish when we get into those opportunities and get those chances. Let's see. What's up with Douglas Luiz? Matt, I wish I had an answer, man. I don't really know. At any point in this game, did you guys feel like it was missing Douglas Luiz, though? I can't say I did because we haven't seen the best of Luiz yet. I think against Genoa, you play Luiz. But I'm still trying to figure out what the perfect combination is when Luiz is in there. And one of the main question marks, and even Motta was asked about it, Cope Miners and Luiz. I'm not so sure that I liked it when the two of them were out there together. I'm not so sure. And again, they both like to be on the ball a lot. And Luiz doesn't make a lot of off-the-ball runs or anything like that. It's interesting. It's one to monitor. And right now, guys, Locatelli, who was on our thumbnail for today's show, and we asked a question, is Locatelli going to be key or whatever? He's cementing himself as a must-start in this team. That's huge. Like, this guy, I didn't see it coming. I thought he was going to have a better season overall. If he could keep this going all year, these guys have work to do, and Luiz is one of the guys that has work to do. He's been a unit. But Douglas Luiz, in Genoa, I expect him to start the next match, and then we'll see. There hasn't been enough of him yet for me to actually know what's going to be the best combo with him and what he's exactly going to bring 100%. Alex Juve, I like this midfield with the exception of McKennie. I think Thuram needs to play. And where to put Douglas Luiz. So, okay, if we're going to try to tackle the combinations, I want to see Thuram in there more. But again, if you're going to play Thuram and Locatelli, one of those guys has to get advanced. And that's why I understood the playing of McKennie against a park bus is create some havoc in there. And granted, in the first half, he did a lot of it. Second half, came up short in really having an impact. probably could have made a sub sooner. Thuram brings an interesting set of characteristics to the midfield. But I don't see him as a clamp down as strong as the way Luca's been as of late. Can we see Thuram in a 4-1-4-1 advanced with a Cope Miners, with a Douglas Luiz? I think you can. He's a box-to-box mid. And I'm not opposed to seeing like a Locatelli, Luiz, and Thuram midfield. And I'd probably try that. But we also can't exclude the fact that we can't just back off of Luiz and Thuram because they both like to be on the ball. That's perfect. That's how you balance out your attack, left and right. But we need more from Luiz as opposed to what we saw against Empoli. And I think it'll come. The difference between the two is Cope Miners moves a hell of a lot more than Luiz. Luiz seems to do his moving when he's on the ball, twisting, turning, and then beating guys. But again, there's a lot of options. A lot of options here. But Cope Miners, I'm not concerned about. I saw a lot of comments in there about Cope Miners. I think he's strong. I think he's growing. And again, today, got a few opportunities. Didn't go his way. But he's growing with each game, and that's what we want to see. Charles, we don't have a striker. Know that and no peace. Do you think Milik will step up and take Vlahovic's place? I hate to be this guy. I don't think so. I think if we're banking on Milik and we're hoping that Milik, I think we're going to be disappointed. But again, who knows? Maybe he comes in, maybe he hits the ground running. I will easily admit Milik will give you more in terms of hold up and control on it. Vlahovic had some nightmare passes back and everything, and I don't even have words. I don't even have words anymore. Because I get it. You only get on the ball 6 times, whatever, but early on in the game, he was making runs into interesting spots, taking defenders out of the area and everything, but then it just stopped. And again, what was Motta asked? Do you guys remember? Remember that presser? What do you have to say about Vlahovic? Do you think he becomes invisible in games when it doesn't go his way? He answered immediately, yes. Immediately. It's concerning, you guys. It is concerning. This Vlahovic thing ain't going away. Got to figure it out. Was it a back pass? Yes. Without any threat whatsoever, stopping the ball and pointing to it for your keeper, that's a back pass. Would we have buried on it? Would have been in tight and bodies everywhere, so tough to say. I would have loved to take the chance, though. Luiz should be getting more playing time, ? I don't care if he might be a bit out of touch. He's clearly one of the few that can create in these sort of games. He needs game time to adapt. I agree. You get no disagreements from me there, Forza Juve. What I will question, the question I will ask though is, against Napoli, our first major test, do you think he's in good enough form to get the start in this game? I didn't see many starting lineups from fans out there that had Douglas Luiz on there. I didn't. You can make a shout about him probably coming in for McKennie, and I would have been down with that. I would have been, okay, we're holding it down back enough that you could play him and he could play more advanced. But I don't really know if he breaks up everything. And the reason is, he's good at finding those plays, those passes, through balls, etc. But our movement wasn't really playing to that. We were playing to numbers, tic-tac-toe, and then breaking through. But that's not really Luiz's game. Like he'll tic-tac-toe, but he won't go after like Cope Miners. Cope Miners and Yildiz had a play that almost broke the game wide open off the left side. It's tough to go against form when you're going into the big games. But again, it's one of those things. Why the heck you put Cope on the sides? We talked about this. if it's a safe tactic when you're going against the bus, because if you don't want to lose the ball in the center of the pitch, but they should have still kept the presence there. Still should have kept the presence there. So again, some things that Motta's got to work on. I think we've got another Storm the Barn in here. I'm just going to scan. Marco's coming in here saying, I got to see who you're talking about here, brother. But Berto, he has no technique to actually touch the ball or give a good pass. McKennie is only dangerous. Oh, for McKennie. It goes into a box without a ball. That can work against PSV, but not against Napoli. In the end, outside of the sequences he was involved in the first half, there was probably only 2 or 3 more just equal in the second half. I understand, and I don't disagree with you, Marco, at all. You know, but for the first half, the plan was clear. The plan was very clear in the first half. Work it deep. We had always 3 guys in the area as opposed to 1 against Empoli. Always had 3. He was one of them. We couldn't get on any of the crosses. And I will say, the game as a whole saw very poor delivery from Juve on crosses. They were all very, very bad. It didn't matter if it was Savona, Gonzalez on his, Cope Miners had one good one. Yildiz had very bad one. Yildiz also got in deep, penetrated, did everything perfectly. Second half, we had a better overall attitude and attack in terms of switching the field immediately and trying to take those guys on the outsides. But where we broke things down, what happened after in the execution? Yildiz, I got to go back and watch that opportunity. He took a shot from a very hard angle. It looked like we had 3 bodies running in right in the face of goal. All he had to do was rock that thing across the carpet, and we're probably tapping that home, or maybe even Napoli does. Some of these things, highlighting some of these other guys, I understand McKennie going in there. Again, I won't disagree. Maybe should have got taken off earlier. But overall, did we create more in this one than we did against either Roma or Empoli? I say yes. And it was against a better team, the better team out of all 3 of them. It's moving in the right direction. It's not perfect, but I didn't expect perfection 5 Serie A games in, 1 Champions League game in. The blueprint is there. Motta, it's up to you from here, man. It's up to you from here. Again, we can pick apart players here and there. I understand sending numbers and using McKennie as one of those guys because you're playing a park bus, just like we anticipated. It was there. You're going to need numbers. I understand playing that. I'm not going to rip Motta for that one. I'm not going to rip him for that one. We had moments to break them down, better moments than against either Roma or Empoli. And this is a better team. It's moving in the right direction. It's always been Motta's thing. I called it. I called it after the Empoli game. I said, look, teams do this. He's got to figure it out. And everybody said it's the striker. It's the ball-playing center back. Even if you look at Motta's time with Bologna, he faced this. I'm telling everybody because it's like they're acting like this never happened last season. He never won a game against a park bus. It's just Bologna didn't instill fear like the names we have on this roster. On paper, we are a scary-looking team, everybody. We are, on paper. Strong midfield, great backline, and dangerous players up front that can punish you. Nico Gonzalez, Yildiz, Conceição when he comes in. And Vlahovic scores goals if he gets the opportunities. Okay, he's got a lot of soft misses to him, but you guys get the point. Bologna didn't instill fear. Juve does. He's going to see this way more than he ever did at Bologna, and he had no wins at Bologna. Okay? Bunch of draws, couple losses, 1 at the hands of Udinese, 3-0. This is not a player thing, you guys. This is a Motta thing. That's all I'm going to say. It's all on Motta. We're going to take all the post-match in. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tomorrow morning, we're live here to tackle it with the team and the panel. We'll get everything in the aftermath. I'm gonna do a replay, a watch myself tonight with the emotions all gone, especially of these big games, and then we'll break it down. All right. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow morning. Again, drop a like. I thank you all for joining in this watch along with me. All right, and we'll reconvene. As always, no matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. They fear us. The fear is there. That's step one. Motta, this is on you. Find the breakthrough. Take care, everybody. Ciao tutti. Reconvene in the morning.
Yeah.